Hi there. Once again, this is Casey Stubbs for Winner's Edge Trading and the Forex Trading Weekly Review. We're going to take a look at 8 major currency pairs and see what we think is going to happen for the upcoming week. Okay, let's get started with the euro dollar. Okay, this is a daily chart on the euro dollar, and you can see that we have a bottoming area at 134.50, and current resistance is around 137. Okay, on the daily chart. There is a moving average period at a 20 period moving average on the daily that's being tested right now. It's at 136.90, and we're currently in a downward channel here. If you look on a 4-hour chart, this channel is very strong. You can see this trend line. So if this bounce continues to break 137, I would look for some upside potential to 138 and then possibly 139 levels and even the 14,000. We have a lot of euro dollar news coming out this week, and there was a big news story over the weekend that talked about the Greece possible bailout. So you will be wanting to keep an eye on the news and see what happens, which could push this pair higher. However, many analysts are still predicting the euro to go down over the next couple months, so we'll be watching the 134.50 area for support, as well as watching these upper areas in the near term. Okay, next pair is the Great British Pound US dollar. This is a 5-minute chart. Let me get to a daily. Daily chart here. You can see that we've been down, moving quite a bit. We bottomed out here. Our current support level is around 151.50. You'll be watching to see if that pair goes off from there. We currently have a resistance level at around 153 right there. So we'll be watching for this little channel to see which way that this pair decides to break. If it breaks to the upside, I would look for possible resistance around this level right here, the top of this daily candle, which is around 155.50. And then there's also a moving average on the 20 period on the daily chart, which is around 156. So we'll be looking for 155, 156 as a possible resistance area. If it breaks past this 153.50 resistance area right here. The next pair we'll take a look at is the euro yen. Right here, the euro yen. This particular pair bounced on the last day. We had a drop for pretty steep, and it went to 19.50. And we had a bounce upward. Currently we're at 121.26 and 121.50. 122 is resistance area there. There's also further resistance at 122.50. So we'll be watching this current channel that I've drawn between 119.50 and 122.50. If it breaks to the upside, I would look for some resistance around the 20 period moving average, which is 123.40. And after that, resistance around the 125.25 level. And if it breaks below 119.50, which is this bottom support level, I would look for further losses. So when we're trading, we'll be wanting to watch these levels very closely. The next pair is the US dollar yen, and currently on this pair, on the daily chart, we have a very steep down move, but right now we are at support. You can see the support level at 88.60 is very strong. So we'll watch how the pair reacts around here and see if we'll get a bounce. If we do get a bounce, we could look for these areas here, the 20 period moving average, which is 90.18, and also up here we've tested the 200 period moving average twice. Currently it's at 92.16. So we'll be watching for those areas on a bounce. If it breaks through that support, we could look possibly around the 85 area down here, which is further support, or another support level before that is 87.50. So if it breaks here, the first target would be 87.50, and after that, in around 85 would be a good level to look for a target. Alright, now we'll go to the US Canadian on the daily chart, and right here we had a nice moving up tall candle here, and then we had a full retracement, which is a bearish signal. We could actually look to see this go back and hit support at 103.75, and then there's another level of support around the 102 area. So watch those key areas of support, and on a resistance, this needle here, this topping tail, this piercing candle, this was very bearish sign. This will be the very key resistance, which is 106.75. So we'll be watching this channel closely for any breakouts of those ranges. The next pair is the Great British Pound Yen. We had a very steep drop here. We are down currently 7 days in a row. We stopped at about 134.61, and currently we're near the lows at 135. Looks like 135.15 or 135.50 is where we're at right now. So we'll be watching the resistance of the previous daily candle, which is 136.72. It is, as long as it's trading in this range, we won't be real sure of the direction. Be watching this channel, looking for it to drop below the previous low, and then we will have further downside action if we can see that. However, I would be looking for a bounce soon because we're down 7 days in a row and nothing can go down forever. On the upside, we'll be looking for resistance at 139 and also at the moving average of 140.87, which is the 20-period moving average on the daily chart. And next, we'll be looking at the US dollar Swiss franc on the daily chart. We reached the high a couple days ago. We've been kind of hanging in a range since then. The high of about 109, you can see where I drew it in right here. Currently we're testing a downward move on the 20-period moving average, 107.31. We're testing that area. So we'll watch for this pair. It's been trading in this range for a couple days between 109 and 107. It's been just bouncing back and forth. We'll see where it goes. There's also a 20-period support. If it does break, I would look for it to hit the 105, 104.50 area, which is the 200 moving average and the 40-period moving average where a support level breaks off. There's also extra support right here at 105 with this trend, where this resistance and support area where the price had stopped before. This is a very strong area. And the last pair we'll look at is the Australian dollar. We'll see how we are looking at this. This pair is kind of been up and down in a range. It moved up significantly, and now we have no clear direction. It dropped quite a bit, then it bounced, and then it went up, and then it retraced. We have no clear direction. Currently we're in a channel between 88.50 and 90.50. Watch for this area to be tested. If it breaks below the support, look for it to test this moving average area around 86.60, and if it breaks above the resistance, look up here around 93.15. Okay, so that's this week's preview. I hope everybody trades well and will be using proper money management. Make sure you use stops and losses. If you have any questions, please send me an email, Casey at caseystubbs@gmail.com. I'd be happy to help. I know how it is when we make difficult times in trading. I'm always there to help. And here's to a good trading week. Thank you, and goodbye.